Hello, hello, hello. We are back for season 3 of The Appeal, Miss Sia. How the heck are you?
Woo! Wait. I gotta do it. It's been a long time.
It
Been a
has been
long time
it has been a
coming.
long time since we've done a show. Going into season 3 now. I think it was last May, if I'm not mistaken, which we had the show. We took a break for summer, of course, and with school starting and auction season getting ready to kick off, I figured what better time to have season 3 of The Appeal underway. So, real quick, how the heck have you been, and what has your summer been like?
I've been really busy. It's been amazing. So busy. I mean, we were up in Chicago. We got to able to grab dinner
Of
very
course,
briefly, right?
you got to meet my
Um,
kids.
I did. That's right. It's so funny. When you talk about people so much that it just feels like you know them already. So when
Yep.
I saw your kids, I'm sure they're like, "Oh my god, this weirdo is like hugging me." Like, yeah. I'm like, "Auntie's here." They're like,
It's
"Wow."
Sia.
Yeah. When did we get an Asian aunt, mom? Like, dad, like, what's going on here?
That's so funny. And see, I've been just so happy for you. As you said, you've been super busy. Brilliant Beam Media is growing exponentially. All the hard work you've put into this, supporting great folks, like myself, frankly, is starting to pay off. And I'm just so proud of all the work you've put in, both for yourself and for me, and to see our growth. It's really been awesome to see, and there's nobody that deserves success more than you. And so
Oh,
it's just really, really been good to see, and I'm really, really excited. Um,
don't
and
make
as
me
far as
cry.
well,
Don't
I
make me
know
cry.
maybe at that
Let's
finale of the
celebrate.
season.
Let's celebrate you. You get me in my feels.
Well,
So
it's true. I feel that you know exactly how I feel about you, but yeah, and I've been super busy, as you know, baseball in the summer with the SBA Raiders. We had a great season. That's finally completed, and I'm now in like school mode. My kids start school tomorrow, and auction mode because as Labor Day comes around, begins the fundraising season, and so I'm just so excited for what's ahead in many, many regards. But I'm super excited for the show for so many reasons, and you're going to find out why. So why don't we kick off that video? And we'll talk about a few more things before we get the show underway.
let's do it.
I'm still dancing. One of the things backstage earlier today, you had mentioned, hey, maybe we should change that intro video. And I'm like, absolutely not. That thing gets me fired up each and every show, and you put so much work into that, and I just love it. So, as always, thank you. But one of the things that's changed for me, and we've talked about it behind the scenes, I haven't really been forward about it. As you may know, I started a small part-time partnership at Jerry's Cafe in Arlington Heights. And I've been so fortunate to work a few morning shifts with the team there. And we're going to meet one of my teammates in a little bit. Yeah, this summer has been so exciting. There are so many new partnerships on the docket for Hail Auction. So many great events upcoming, one of which we're going to hear about here in a little bit. But one of the partnerships, as always, that I've held near and dear to my heart is our headlining sponsor, my personal tattoo agency or parlor, if you will, Speakeasy Custom Tattoo, Kelly and Patrick Cornolo, my great friends. And if you don't know, Speakeasy Custom Tattoo is located in the Wicker Park neighborhood of Chicago in the historic Flatiron Building. And with over 30 years of experience, they have curated a staff of magnificently talented local and international artists, and they continue to host monthly guest artists from all around the world. They're an appointment-only custom tattoo shop offering a wide range of styles in a clean and relaxing atmosphere. And no matter the style you're looking for, they will absolutely help make your vision come to life. So be sure to check out their artists on their website at www.speakeasycustomtattoo.com. Be sure to tell them Chris sent you. And I actually bumped into Kelly and Patrick this summer at Taste of Chicago. I went down there to see one of my favorite bands, Free, play, and there they were. And so we were already planning my next tattoo. And so I'll be in the chair in a few months, actually, adding on to my leg sleeve. But as you know, I hold Speakeasy in high regard and near and dear to my heart. Just like Sia, just like I hold our next organization and our guests from GiGi's Playhouse Deerfield. And Sia, if you didn't know, GiGi's Playhouse Deerfield is part of the national GiGi's Playhouse network, and they are a vibrant, community-driven space dedicated to providing free, you heard that right, free educational and therapeutic programs for individuals with Down syndromes and their families. Their mission is to empower, inspire, and celebrate acceptance for all. And so, Sia, well, I want to hear more about you and what you have going on. I'm going to kick you backstage, and we're going to welcome to the stage the Executive Director of GiGi's Playhouse Deerfield, Miss Shannon Kerin, and board member, Mr. Brian Rogala. Sia, we'll see you soon.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be. Have a great show, everyone.
And there they are, my good friends from GiGi's Playhouse Deerfield, Shannon and Brian. How are you both doing? Thank you so much for joining me, and I'm excited for this show in so many ways.
We're excited to be here.
Same here, bud.
You are, Brian? I know you've been talking about it. We'll get into that in a little bit. Shannon, to you first. I've been so fortunate to get to know you on the gala, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But the thing that sticks out to me the most is your passion for GiGi's Playhouse Deerfield. You've been with the organization now for 11 years, since 2015. You've grown up in the organization, as you say. So I want to hear a little bit from you about how you got started with GiGi's, what it means to you, and what you do now for the organization.
Sure. Well, I kind of fell into GiGi's. It was at a time in my life where I felt kind of lost and didn't really know what direction to take. I was looking to figure out what career I wanted, where I wanted to go. And I had heard about this small but growing organization. And at the time I was living at home, and I thought, if now's the time to take a risk, and at least I can give back and do something good for the community while I figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And so they were hiring for this office manager position. And I applied, and I walked in the door. And speaking of tattoos, I walked in the door, and there was this huge mural on the wall. And one of the quotes on the wall that they had painted was, "Be the change you wish to see in the world," which is actually something I have tattooed on my body.
How
And I
about
thought,
that?
if that's not a sign, I don't know what is. And had no idea how to be an office manager. I was not really experienced in that, but they just wanted somebody who was willing to kind of be a jack of all trades, wear different hats in the nonprofit sector. We kind of all jump in, all hands on deck, and support the cause. And so they, wildly enough, hired me, and it changed my life forever, to be honest. I thought when I went in that it was going to be the babies and the little ones that kind of suck you in and make you passionate about the mission. But what got me was the adults, to be honest. I remember walking in and feeling like I was so lucky to be able to take this risk and to apply for a job that was something that I cared about, and how frustrating and hard it was for these adults that are looking to be able to do something in their community, apply for jobs that they're passionate about or something that they care about, and how limited the opportunities out there are. And so I just kind of started to get to know some of the people there, and they changed my life in a way that I can't even put into words most of the time. I am 100% a better person. I think the best way I can ever describe working with our friends with Down syndrome is like doing things with no barriers, right? You love full-heartedly with no barriers. You feel things with no shame or concern about how you look or how you are coming across. It's just pure, and it's an incredible thing to be a part of, and it makes you a better person for getting to be around it. And so I just got started doing several different jobs at the Playhouse, at the national office, supporting in every different arena. And one of my roles was to work with the startup teams. And at the time, I think when we started, I think we had 23 Playhouses, maybe a staff of 15. And by the time we opened Deerfield, we were the 42nd Playhouse.
Gosh.
And then they came on board and started running it here. We moved 2 years ago to a larger facility. We now have 5,000 square feet. It is the absolute greatest job in the world. I can't imagine doing anything else. And I absolutely love what I do. I love who I work with. I love that we get to actually change the world, be a part of making a difference. And you really feel that here. I think it's incredible, the mission. And like you mentioned, to be able to do all this and provide services for free, so there is no barrier to getting the support that you need, is, my favorite part. I love hearing people's stories. I love hearing everybody's birth story about how they found out about the diagnosis. Sometimes it's hard and sometimes it's an amazing story. And it's just, the people here are the greatest people you'll ever meet.
Yeah,
Brian.
I know. We're going to get to Brian. And so I believe that as well. As you know, Shannon, I'm so fortunate to be able to work with individuals with Down syndrome like Brian in a different arena for a different nonprofit. But I also get to support great organizations like GiGi's Deerfield as an auctioneer. And so, Brian, to you, you're a board member, right, at GiGi's Playhouse. And I know you are very, very passionate about the organization. So if you don't mind, my friend, tell me a little bit about how you learned about these, what it is you do there, and what you like best about working with Shannon.
That is a really good question, Chris. Thank you for that.
I'm full of questions, dude. I'm full of them.
I work with Shannon all the time, every single Mondays, and she's my driver.
You got a driver?
His personal chauffeur.
Driving Mr. Brian.
Yeah, because my mom will take me to her work first, and then we get picked up by Shannon.
Okay.
And I work with Shannon for a couple of years.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I do sometimes she give me do my art stuff and trace it and then my whiteboard and put it on the mugs, water bottles, everything here.
Makes
Awesome.
A lot of donor gifts for us. It's our stewardship program.
Amazing.
And I know Shannon for many years. Back in other GGs, I used to work with her at GG Playhouse and Huffman. I know her for like a year now, like a 10, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I work at GiGi's with you, and I do the cashier, barista, everything. I'm there.
Brian, can I ask you a question? Can I cut you off and ask you a question?
Go ahead, Chris.
So think about this. All the work that you've done at GiGi's and all you've learned at GiGi's, how has that helped you be my teammate at GiGi's?
GiGi's and Jerry's are really good ideas. GiGi's I'll be with Shannon, and Jerry's I'll be with you.
Oh, okay. But it helped. But GiGi's, all the skills that you're developing through the programs and the classes and all the activities that you take at GiGi's, the university, how does that help you at Jerry's?
Yeah, because someone has a muzzle tone here at GiGi's, so they can not talk that well, or someone can not reach with them. And sometimes we do one-on-one with them. We go in every single room here also. And between me or Shannon, and I step in there, and I see how they're doing. They're doing well. We're giving high fives, stickers, everything.
Awesome.
So we offer free tutoring here, and I think that's what Brian's talking about. Is it helps with kids who have speech delays or challenges, and works on math skills. And actually, Brian was in our tutoring program and wrote your first.
Yeah, I was doing about that money stuff.
He wrote his first check, and it helped him to prepare for going on a date with his long-term girlfriend.
Brian, you made the checkout wrong though, because it wasn't made out to me.
Don't push it, Chris.
All right, I'll stop pushing it. Shannon,
push it.
All right, I won't push it. I know better. Shannon, talking about wearing many hats, right? We just heard your Brian personal driver. And if you haven't already, scan that QR code. It'll take you directly to GiGi's Playhouse Deerfield's website. There you can learn all about their amazing work in the upcoming gala, which we'll talk about. But as you've grown in the organization from an office manager to now the executive director, talk a little bit about that transition. And then with that transition, if you don't mind, talk about some of the challenges you're facing right now as the executive director with GiGi.
Absolutely. So, like I said, when I worked for the national office, there were a small but mighty team of us just trying to figure it out as we went along. We were growing rapidly. We all wore all different hats. But what it gave me is the ability to wear many hats at one time, to shift gears as needed. I got to learn about marketing, development, operations of a playhouse. And so it really set me for success for building our own playhouse and taking over our playhouse here. For about 5 years, I ran the facility with no other staff. It was just me. And it was an incredible experience. I put so much blood, sweat, and tears into this place. It was my third child. I have 2 other kids. But what was incredible to me is they grew up at the playhouse too. Like my daughter, we're simply playing Barbies, and they were having a party in their Barbie house. And we have a Barbie that happens to have Down syndrome. And so my one daughter asked if she could bring the Barbie with Down syndrome to the party. And my other daughter told her that it's the only people allowed at the party. Oh. So I had to explain inclusion means everybody gets to come. Yes. Which is a really funny lesson to learn, but that's how they've grown up here. That's always been a part of their lives, is an inclusive life. It's where we accept people with all abilities. And it's a pretty incredible thing to watch my kids grow up having, but it is exhausting. The hardest part for me is that, aside from funding, which I'll get to, but it's can't leave it here, right? When you're so passionate about what you're doing and when it's an organization that you care about and a mission that you care about, you go home and you don't separate from work. You still care about the people that you're serving. You still care about the families whose stories you heard that day, who are facing challenges, who are scared of losing services, who are facing a lot of serious struggles. Our kids that are having heart surgery, they don't go away because you went home. And so I think the separating from your business doesn't happen when you work in a nonprofit. And I'm so grateful that I have a job that I care so much about, but it does weigh on you, right? You want to make it successful because there are so many people that depend on you being successful. And that's a hard role to take on, especially now as the executive director. In terms of funding, the biggest challenge that we found is that Down syndrome is the largest chromosome anomaly in the country, but unless you are impacted by it, it's hard to get people to care, right? So as we're going and looking for sponsors for the gala, or we do a golf outing as well, you find a lot of businesses that don't have a connection to Down syndrome and don't have any reason to care. But if they don't care, then nobody will, and nobody will step in and support one of the largest populations that there are, right? And so it's teaching and it's educating and it's getting companies to realize that they do have an impact. And especially at the Playhouse, every donation truly goes into our programs. We're not charging for services. We don't bill insurance. We don't get any government funding. And so when you donate $1 to the Playhouse, it's going to provide therapy for the kids and for the families and the adults that we work with directly. And that's a pretty incredible thing that we can be very, very proud of, but it is exhausting sometimes. And it would be a lot easier if we would charge for services or if we would bill insurance. But we never want finances to be a barrier for families getting the support that they need. This is a lifelong diagnosis. We're not trying to cure Down syndrome. We're trying to make sure that our kids and adults have every opportunity to learn and to be the best that they can be. And we're going to support them for every single step. We work with all ages. And so we'll be there from day one all the way through adulthood, chauffeuring them around if that's what's needed.
You better start tipping her, Brian. You know that.
Yeah, Anna's crazy because she said that because I also took them on a tour.
He also brings me coffee every single time I pick him up, so I really can't complain.
All right, so that's an even
language.
Listen, and I want to just talk about real quickly before we get into the gala. Brian, not only do you give Shannon a coffee every time she picks us up, but I was so lucky. I turned 44 in April, and because we're teammates at Jerry's and because I consider you a friend, I was so lucky you mailed me this handmade birthday card, and it was a highlight of my birthday. It says, "Happy birthday, Chris M, 44. Dear Chris, Lordy, Lordy, look who's 44. That's me. And of course, and always, because Brian, you are the ultimate GiGi's Playhouse advocate and board member, you included your business card, as if I didn't know who you were already. But listen, this is just the type of people you're developing at GiGi's Playhouse. Not only the kind, thoughtful, generous humans, but being able to create amazing cards like this, developing arts and crafts skills, and all of these other programs that you're providing. Brian, I'm never letting this thing go. I still have the envelope because it has a beautiful stamp on it with your, I'll say handsome. We'll call you handsome.
But go on top, though, Chris.
Oh, yeah, on top. That's right. And there's a stamp there, too, with your initials. You got one of those stamps. And so this is my day and made my birthday, frankly. So, Brian, thank you for that once again. But this is the type of things that GiGi's is allowing for individuals like Brian and his friends and my friends and your friends, frankly, to do. And it just fills me up with such great joy. Look at some of these great pictures, Shannon. There you are with a little. Hey, look at you looking all dapper. Was that
for the James Bond photo shoot?
Was that for the gala? Holy smokes, my man!
Yeah, it is.
Looking good, looking good. And speaking of the gala, Shannon, we met because I was so lucky to now be able to partner with you and Brian and all the folks at GiGi's Playhouse Deerfield for September 19th, the gala at Ferrari Lake Forest. We're going to have a heck of a lot of fun. We're going to raise a ton of money so that GiGi's can remain free. So if you don't mind, why don't you both talk a little bit about the gala upcoming here in September?
Yeah, so the gala is one of our 3 major fundraisers. It brings in about 65 to 70% of our funding comes from events in general. So it's pretty incredible. It's how we keep our doors open. It's how we keep our programs free. A lot of this comes from people participating in our events and sponsorships. And Ferrari was an incredible partner for us. They were so generous to open their doors and allow us to kind of come in and take over for the night. It's a beautiful venue. It's an opportunity to see this incredible showroom. Everything is shiny and it all smells good. And it's just an incredible place. And I'm not even a car person, but it blows my mind every single time.
I do. No, you.
Yes, Brian's the car guy.
All right, you're going to have to show me around, Brian. You're going to have to tell me everything about the Ferraris.
Yes. So it's pretty incredible space, and it's a really cool opportunity to go see something that you can't normally just walk in and see. And on top of that, we have amazing food. We have an incredible auctioneer and auction going on. We're doing a bourbon tasting for the first time this year as a VIP add-on. So it's just a really fun, really kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say wild because we're going to behave at Ferrari. I don't want to scare them away. But what I think is special, what I think is special about our organization is that we are kind of this culture of celebration and this community that just loves being together and loves celebrating together. And so it really is just a fun night.
Yeah. And as you said, celebrate, right? We're celebrating acceptance for all. We're celebrating the work that you both do for GiGi's Playhouse Deerfield. We're celebrating every individual with Down syndrome, for that matter. And I'm really excited for what's ahead. I know we have some great auction packages upcoming. We have a lot of fun planned. And Brian, I'm going to get to see a dance I'm most excited about.
It's also a good date night. Brian and his girlfriend have been to how many galas together?
A lot of them.
A lot of them.
All right. Well, I can't wait to meet her too, Brian. I'm gonna have to wonder what she's all about. I'm super excited.
Yeah, I will. And then I regret to put it in there also because on September 12th, on the day you see me on the big full screen at New York Square.
Yeah, Brian's going to have a photo up in Times Square.
Smokes.
Yeah.
Are you going to need to go see it, or are they going to send you a picture of it?
I do not know yet.
I think he might be going.
I
think he's be going out.
As long as you're back by the 19th, that's all we care about. All right, Shannon, talk to me real quick. We talk about free, right? That's my favorite number in the world, my favorite price. But that doesn't come at no cost to you and your organization. So just briefly, talk a little bit about the budget details of GiGi's Playhouse Deerfield. What does it cost on an annual basis that these programs remain free for services, et cetera? And how much are we trying to raise on the 19th?
Sure. So as I mentioned, we moved to a new facility about 2.5 years ago. So we're at 5,000 square feet, and in the North Shore area, we're in Deerfield, and it's a expensive building, but we can't run programs without our space. So just our rent alone is over $9,000 a month to keep the doors open and the lights on. And so that's a huge stress for us. And it's hard to write grants a lot of times for things like rent. So this helps cover costs of keeping our programs alive, keeping our Playhouse alive in general. And we operate on about a $500,000 budget. A lot of that does come from event funding. We do grant writing as well, and that does supplement, but a lot of this comes from events. So Gala is a huge piece of that. We're hoping to raise at least $100,000 at Gala. I think I have a lot of faith in you, and I know you're going to be incredible. So we're going to up our goal a little bit because I think you can do it. But that's our goal. We want to get about 250 people there. We want people to learn about who we are. And so it's a huge fundraiser for us. We need to make the money, but we also just want to educate people on we're here, we're excited. We have a lot to offer to the community. We're also very much volunteer run. The only way that we can run our programs at no cost to us or to our families, a lot of cost to us, no cost to our families, is through these incredible volunteers that come in and dedicate their time to doing fitness. Cooking is one of Brian's favorite programs. We have this incredible woman who comes every single week. She goes grocery shopping, plans recipes.
There would be Sue and Diane.
Sue and Diane.
All right.
They do recipes that are gluten-free, dairy-free. We do halal sometimes as needed. We have a gentleman who does have a lot of feeding challenges, and so sometimes we can adapt the recipe to be thickened liquids for him. So it really is an inclusive space where everybody is celebrated. That's right. And that allows us to provide groceries, to provide these programs, to build independence and confidence for our adults to be able to go out and maybe cook a date night dinner for their girlfriend or cook for their parents.
Brian, I have a kitchen in my house. You're coming to cook for me, dude.
Make Chris a dinner, the thank you.
Yeah, we'll watch it.
Which team we go to, your house, Chris, or Shannon's?
Oh, now we're inviting ourselves to Shannon's. All right, Brian, before we sign off, tell me real quick, what is your favorite thing about the gala?
My favorite thing at the gala spending time with my niece. She is coming this year.
Awesome.
And because we got the whole table all covered, my whole entire family. And it was me, my mother, both of my brothers, my sister-in-law, my mom's boyfriend Mike is coming.
Amazing.
And my sister Christina and her boyfriend.
I can't wait to meet them all because you talk to me a lot about your family. We talk about it all the time when we're working together at Jerry's. And so just to be able to meet them is going to honor, and to put a name with a face or a face with a name is going to be so much fun. And I can't wait for that, Brian. And so let them know I'm excited to see them and meet them. And Shannon, if I'm not mistaken, we're still on the hunt for some sponsors. So sponsorship opportunities are still available. Tickets are now on sale, so folks can purchase a ticket. If you haven't already, please throw that QR code up one more time. Scan the QR code. It'll take you directly to GiGi's Playhouse Deerfield website. Click on the events button, go to the gala. You can learn all about the opportunities to participate and support this amazing, amazing, amazing organization. And before we sign off, Bro, I want to give you one more chance. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we move on about our day? Anything about GiGi's? Anything you want folks to know about what it means to you? Anything you want to know about what it's like to have Down syndrome? Whatever the case is, you have the floor, my friend. It's.
Thank you, Chris. GiGi's means to me, I do like take them on the tours, show them around. And sometimes we do like one-on-one program, and I talk about them because sometimes every single program we have here right now, because we have cooking, fantastic friends, a movie night that we do, and sometimes we do like our stuff, Mother's Day cards, or sometimes we do
music, karaoke.
It's like a home away from home. That's what I hear, Brian.
Yeah.
It's where you feel most comfortable when you're home with your own family. And as I can see the way Shannon looks at you and the way you talk about Shannon and look at her family as well. And I'm honored to just be a small part of that family as well, because I feel a part of it myself. And
Yeah,
Shannon,
because I know Shannon no longer, because Shannon is part of my family now.
amazing.
No, because I look up to her. Shannon is my big sister. I know because I love her. And she's here.
Well, you're the big brother because you're older than me.
She got you. But who's counting? And Shannon, to you, just first off, say thank you. Thank you for the work you've put in the last 11 years. Thank you for the blood, sweat, and tears, as you described, that it's taken to get GiGi's Playhouse to Deerfield in this 5,000 square foot facility, so that way friends of mine, like Brian, have a place to
Of course.
go and learn and grow and have the best life possible. And so I want to say thank you for all the work you've put in. And I want to give you the floor one more time. Is there else you'd like folks to know about GiGi's, about the gala, anything upcoming that you want to highlight before we sign off?
Sure. I just want people to know that there is a place for everybody here. So somebody once described it as walking into your best friend's house. And whether you know somebody with Down syndrome or not, you can find a place and you can find meaning at the Playhouse, whether it's volunteering as a donor at an event. Really, it is an incredible community of people who just care and give and love, and everybody can be a part of that. And so we welcome anybody to come in for a tour. Brian loves giving tours. I love giving tours. And so we're happy to show anybody around and just talk about ways that we can connect and partner and how you can be a part of this.
Love it. So if you haven't already, folks, please scan that QR code. It'll take you directly to the website. There you can learn all about GiGi's Playhouse Deerfield, ways to partner, support, sponsor, help out gala on September 19th. There you can find all the information. And so, guys, I want to say thank you so very much for taking this time to chat with me. So excited for the gala upcoming. This is not just the start of the partnership. We're going to keep going forever and ever as far as I'm concerned. And just like GiGi's could not exist without you, Shannon, this show, The Appeal, would not be possible, as you heard, without our presenting sponsor, my personal tattoo artist and studio, Speakeasy Custom Tattoo in the Wicker Park neighborhood of Chicago. Shout out to Kelly and Patrick Coronolo. Of course, we saw earlier, and you guys got to meet backstage. This would not be possible, certainly, if not for Brilliant Beam Media and Cia Tornrat, my great friend and business partner, making sure this show looks and sounds professional and as good as possible. So thank you to her. And again, Shannon, Brian, I love you both. I'm excited for the future. I can't wait for what's ahead. Brian, it sounds like I'll see you Thursday at Jerry's. And guys, thanks for a heck of a lot of fun. We can go on and on and on, but I know you got a lot of work to do, as do I. So we'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Falling asleep with your neck in the wrong position can be a real pain in the neck. Literally. People of all ages are falling for Tossie. Tossie gives you the comfort you've always dreamed of. Go to TossieBrands.com and get your comfort on.